We're joined here by Coach Hannah Iverson and Reagan Sorensen and Amanda Geeson. And first, congratulations to you all on an incredible season. Coach, we'll start with you. Again, I know maybe didn't end the way that you wanted, but you guys have been on an awesome run, and making it to the Final Four is certainly incredible. So just share some thoughts and comments on kind of your team and the season.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, credit to NYU. I mean, they are a phenomenal basketball team. They're a tall task, and I think, us, just like a lot of the teams that they've went through before here, you can play 20 minutes with a team like that. To put 40 against a team like that is a really tough battle, and I think, we probably gave 25, 30 good, solid minutes, and just not enough tonight. But the special thing about this group is just how they do what they do. I think just as a coach, what I'm so proud of is how they present themselves and what they put on the floor. And that was no different if this game was going to be a win or this game was going to be a loss. This group is a blast to be a part of. I think you ask anybody who's followed us all year long, it's exactly how they feel. This team is something special and something that these two had a ton to build, a ton of job building that, and a lot of those other people in that room too, and just honored to be a part of it. And I think this run was really, really special, and I think when they look back in the next 24 hours, they'll see a ton of that. I think this loss is going to hurt right now, but to be honest, I think it's more about it being over than not having that trophy. So I think just a really special season. Happy to have had the best seat in the house for it, and really proud of these girls.
Reagan, next question for you. Just, again, an incredible performance by you tonight. I think 29 points, 8 rebounds, couple of steals. Just talk a little bit about, your mindset coming in. I know, obviously you guys had a little bit of a tough second quarter, but certainly came out in that second half ready to battle. Just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, coming into the game, we knew that this was going to be a very tough team. That didn't scare us at all. We just were ready to come out strong and was ready to give it our all no matter what. And it didn't go in our favor, but that doesn't stop our effort, and that doesn't stop who we are. And could be proud of how our team finished and ended the game and ended the season. So.
And Amanda and Reagan both, a little bit of a big picture question here, but you look up in the stands, you see all the people that traveled for y'all. It's a long trip from Wisconsin. Obviously, you guys have really rallied a community together in your time at Stout. Can you just maybe talk about what that means in terms of, building this culture? Coach talks about, you guys have such a commitment to doing what you do. Just talk about what that means to y'all and to see the community rally behind that in such a historic trip to the Final Four.
I'm going to get emotional again, but I think it just means the world to look up and it's just so special to look up and see that and see the support that we've gotten from our families and just the people around us. And we talk so much in our team and about love and just like the culture of belonging and having that feeling. And you look up in the stands and you see our parents, our friends, our distant cousins like showing up. Like, I don't know, it just means the world, and it just is a testament to what this team feels and how like being a part of it is so special.
Yeah, we have fans coming across country and from everywhere, and it just means the world to all of us. And honestly, that's what gets me like super motivated before the games. Like when we walked in here, it was called the blue carpet. Fans were like everywhere, made high five, like this long line for us, and showed up extra early to be here for us. And those people will do anything for us and support us, and we love them all.
And I think experiences are going to be made or broken by the people you share with. And what's really, really cool is we have this really tight circle that is our team and our staff. And that circle is founded on love. That circle is founded on having each other's back and showing up and doing the right thing the right way every time. And that is something that these guys were taught before we got them. And that is a testament to the parents who raised these guys, the villages that raised these guys, and a ton of those villages were in the stands today. And to get to do what you love to do, what you pour into, and the people around you get to watch it, it's really, really special. I think this run was just another testament to it. I mean, anybody who has seen any of our games at JFH have seen that. That's been all year for us, and the support that we've gotten, it's not an accident. People want to get behind people doing it the right way, and these girls are contagious. Their energy and emotion is contagious, and I think it's just really, really special and something we're really proud of.
Absolutely. And if I could just ask one more, Coach, you talk about credit to NYU for the way that it seemed like they had a response every time y'all were able to put together a little bit of a run at the same time. So maybe talk a little bit about that. And at the same time, you all, as you said, put together 40 minutes, and even late in the game when it was a 20-point deficit and it was still getting to the rim, you guys were still staying aggressive. Just talk about maybe both of those dynamics in terms of the way that this game ultimately unfolded.
Yeah, I think big picture, we're a team that scores generally 70-some points a game. So for us to have a 7-point quarter was real tough for us. And I think, we got in some foul trouble there. Reg was on the bench for a ton of that. Man was playing with fouls and foul trouble. And I think shook us a little bit, turned us into a ton more turnovers. We gave up 20 points off turnovers in the first half. I mean, they scored off almost all of them. I think it was 10 turnovers, 20 points. And those are tough things to bounce back from. They're fine to bounce back from if you're not playing a team like NYU. And they definitely capitalized on moments and shut down runs and all the things in between. And I think what we did the whole time is play hard. We played into some of what they would do, and we fell to some of it. I think a big part of it, too, is I think their length really affected us outside the three-point line. We couldn't open up the floor a little bit with that. We couldn't roll for 10 from behind the arc. We couldn't spread the floor out a ton, and we still found ways to score 40 points in the paint. But just stringing things together was challenging for us, and I think real hard fought for a ton of the kids that do a lot of the paint work. These two are a big part of that. But, yeah, I think they did. That's why they haven't lost in a long, long time. They're very well coached. They got a ton of talent. They got a lot of length, which is hard to simulate. Our league does a lot to get you ready for this stage. It really does. And the WIAC, it puts us in a great position to be successful at this level. The one thing that I think NYU has that isn't within that league is a ton of length like that. And I think you've heard Coach Fisher talk a little bit about that too in prepping his team to get back here. And I think that's the thing we knew wasn't on our roster, and the thing we've been fine with all year long, but I think that just affected us more offensively than we thought it would. We were more picturing on the defensive end, but I think it affected us on the offensive end as well.
Coach, and then I have a follow-up for the players. I mean, obviously a historic run for Stout comes to an end. What specifically have you learned from this group?
Yeah, that's a big question. I think I've learned a ton from this group. I think one of the things, too, that we just talked about was a lot of times people just want to talk about the end. They don't want to talk about the middle. Nobody brings up what happened in the middle. But I think what I've learned is that the middle is maybe the most important part. The middle is what I hope these guys remember. The middle is like the bus rides in between, the locker room moments, the inside jokes, the goofy moments, just everything that seems so small. Those things are huge. And I think those things, when you talk about the middle moments of these guys' career, that's what built this culture. That's what built this run. That's what gave the opportunity for this moment. Was a ton of things that maybe didn't result in wins, that maybe didn't result in trophies, that didn't cut down nets, but the things that these guys did in all of those middle moments were so, so important. And I think that was a big message to our team now, is just like, we need these middle moments to be special, so that these big time opportunity, these Final Four moments or whatever those moments are, you can really find the gratitude in. And I think this group too, they're just different. Honestly, they're just gritty on a level that's borderline unhealthy sometimes, borderline hard to practice with sometimes. They're competitive as the day is long, but the best part about what we get to do is it is just jam-packed with emotion. That's what we always talk about too. The things that you get to feel deeply are really special. That's why winning feels so good and losing feels so the opposite. But those things are all things that you have to be grateful for, because there's a lot of people who walk through life and don't get to feel those big emotions. And this group got to feel them on a big stage today in front of a lot of people who love them.
And speaking of feeling emotions, and the point of this question is not to make either of you cry.
Good luck.
How?
Tough lead-in.
However, for the little Amanda and the little Reagan that once upon a time first picked up a basketball, if they were sitting up there on the dais with you, looking at what you are now, what would you say to them? What do you think they would say to you?
I could cry at just the question.
I know. Oh man.
I think that they'd be so proud to see like the program that I got to be a part of and the career that I got to have from high school, AAU, college basketball. I mean, I wasn't even going to play college basketball. I was just going to go to college and be a normal student until I met Coach Iverson and learned about the Stout program, and just it immediately when I stepped on campus, I knew it was something that I wanted to be a part of, because I've never had this feeling before, and I obviously didn't know that before I came here, but now looking back over my 5 years, I mean, I've never been on a team like this that cares so much and loves each other as much as we do, and coaches that genuinely care about us and, you know, want to be there for us and want to make us better people. Like the basketball aside, who cares about the wins and losses and all that thing? Like, what matters is who we become when we leave the program. And I can easily say that I'm a better person than I was 5 years ago. And this program just absolutely shaped me to who I am. And this game aside, who even cares? But we made a historic run, and just to be a part of that and put our names in the record books is so special, and just something that I'll never be able to forget.
Very similar to Amanda. I think that little girl would be very proud. And that's all I basically got. Like, advice that I would give is just take time, and it's all about the people that makes the sport 10 times better, you know. I never would have imagined I would have so many connections through the sport of basketball. And it's not just with our coaches, not with our team. All of our families are doing things together, and we don't even know about it half the time. Like, they have their own world, and we get to be a part of it. And yeah, just all the connections I've made from basketball is pretty special. And that little girl would be very happy to be a part of that.
In closing, Coach, any last thoughts just on your graduating seniors, or just kind of this team, this group as a whole?
Yeah, I think kind of piggybacking off your question, I think as a mother of 4, I have 2 little girls, and I think all the time about how important it is for little girls to have role models in front of them, of people to follow. And one of the things that I am so grateful for, and one of the reasons that I pour so much into this, is because my kids are 8 of those eyes looking up at these guys like they are the world. And I think so, finding moments to put these guys on platforms like the NCAA tournament does, like the WIAC finds opportunities, like our university finds opportunities to put them on platforms to be role models, is the best thing we can do. These guys are outstanding basketball players, but they are even higher level people. And I think having an opportunity to showcase that for the name on the front of our jersey, for our institution, for our city of Menominee, is really, really special, because there are a ton of little girls out there who have these same dreams. When you do pick up a basketball, and the first thing you think of that NCAA logo, you think of that trophy that they're going to talk about tomorrow. And I think this is a really special place to be. And in a different moment, these guys are going to see that. And I think as a coach, that is one of the things I'm so, so proud of, to put a group of 16 people out there who I feel nothing but pride to put in front of a group of little girls and just have them be the next big thing, is really special.
Well, thank you all very much. And again, congratulations on an awesome season.
Thank you, guys.